Hi all. So today in this video we'll be learning about for loop. We'll not be covering all the things related to for loop because it's a very huge thing. So we'll be dividing it different parts, and we'll be learning something about for loops in today's video. So basically we will be learning like how we can iterate over list, how we can iterate over string, then probably we can iterate over tuple, dictionary, set, etc. Right? We'll try it and we'll see how it can be done. So let's try that. So first of all, we need to know like how what is for loop, right? So for loop is basically used for iterating of any elements. So let's say there is a list. List can take multiple elements, right? So for example here, list of laptops, so which is having like Lenovo, Apple, HP, Dell, and Asus. So what we are doing, we want to print each elements in the console. Okay, but maybe you can take, I mean, you just want to get each element. Now our here I'm just printing it, so you can do any operation with this value. Okay, you can convert it to uppercase, lowercase, that also you can do like normal string operation. So that we can also try a few. Okay, let's say we want to print it in a with this value should be in uppercase. Okay, so let's try that, and first let's run it. So as you can see, it's just printed in the sequential order because list maintains the order. So Lenovo, Apple, HP, Dell, Asus. So now let's say you want um, to print it um, in uppercase. So it should be in the uppercase. So to upper or upper. So it should become like all the value should be in uppercase. So that's how we can do different operation with this value. So there can be any n number of operation we can do. Okay, so this is just one of them. Now let's see, we have learned about like how to do it with list, right? So next I will show like how we can do with tuple, sorry, with string. So let's come here and okay, so this is the value, and let me remove this gap. Okay, so here we take an word, that is hello world, anything you can take. Okay, and so this is the word which is hello world, and now what I wanted to print each and every character. So there are like H, E, L, O, whatever. So this word, these characters we wanted to fetch from this string and print it in the console. So let's try that, and before that let me comment it and let me run it now. So as you can see, it's printed all the characters one by one. So hello world, right? So we can iterate over a string as well. So it can be any string. Okay, so that also we can try. Okay, now here I can cover one more thing. Like let's say you want to print the length of this string. So that also we can do. So let's try that. So to get the length, we can directly use the length method, but len method. But here actually we do not want to use that method. Instead of that, we want to use some logic. With that we can want to print it. So let's take the count as 0. So let's say this counter, it will be our length. Okay, so first counter is 0. Now what we will be doing here, we will be just increment this count. Okay, that's it, and let's delete it, and finally let's print the count value. So as you can see, the 11 is the count, so that means the string length is 11. Also, you can test it with our length function. So let's print it, print length, and then give the word, and now run it. So as you can see, both are printing 11. So that means this particular function is working correctly. So you can make it as a reusable function, like you can make it create a function or method and then call it directly and pass this value as a word. That also you can try. Okay, now let's try with tuple, right? So okay, so this is a tuple, and what we can do, what we want to do, we want to iterate over it. So this is also same. I mean, it can be done. For loop can be used with any of, I mean, any object. Okay, so it can be list, it can be tuple, it can be dictionary. Okay, so you can see 1369 got printed. So we see that with the tuple, and now let's try uh, with a list which is containing some tuple. So this is a list. Okay, and within that list, each element is like this is a tuple, and this is also another tuple. Okay, like that. Now we can unpack it like this way. I mean, first let's do that. First, I mean, instead of this, first do this my list. So let's first print each element. Okay, so if I run it, you can see it got printed all those three elements, right? So each element is a tuple. Now what I wanted to print as like name and age, right? So we can unpack it like this, and here we can put like this. I mean, just it will just print the name and the age like that. Okay, so this is called unpacking tuple. Okay, now next let's see the finding the length of a string that you have already seen. And now, okay, now let's iterate over a dictionary. Okay, so dictionary iteration is also same, but here there is like we cannot, we have to use these items. Okay, so my dictionary dot items method we need to call, so that this value would be this one item of this dictionary. So let me run it. So you can see the first element is name and Raj, second element is age and 39, occupation is business. Now let's see if you wanted to view or see only the values. So for that we have a method called values. So if I now run it, so you can see only the values got printed, and we also have a value called key. So in that case only key will be printed like that. So we can, whenever we have the requirement of fetching the key, then we can use this keys method, and if there is any requirement to fetch the value, then we can use that values method. Okay, okay, now uh, I hope, I mean, this is the one we, I mean, I mean, I can cover other things as well in the for loop, but in this video this is all which I wanted to show. So in the next video probably I will be showing about something different. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching.